I'm home 6 weeks
Yeah,
or
we're
8
very
weeks?
well, yeah.
6 weeks or 8 weeks?
Now we're getting on air.
We're talking about cats here.
Okay, it is 7 o'clock, so we'll call the meeting to order. Lynch, please. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we have the roll call, please?
Ms. Noack?
Here?
Mr. Seward?
Here.
Mr. Sowers?
Here.
Mr. Good?
Yes.
Ms.
Here.
Dixon?
Here.
Mr. Schaefer?
Here.
And Mr. Huffman?
Here.
Do we have anything that needs to be added or deleted from the agenda? We have the motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Or, well, I don't guess we need to do that, do we? Just if we needed to add or delete. Okay. Yeah, some meetings you do that, you officially adopt the agenda. Okay. Put on the right hat. Okay, we don't have to do that continuity in government anymore.
Yay. All right.
I'm on that one. Okay. All right, we have the minutes from our meeting from May the 12th. We've had those to take a look at. Any additions or corrections that we need to make to the minutes? Are we ready to adopt the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I don't see anyone here this evening, so I know there's no one signed up. Okay. The first item of business then is the consideration of amendments to the zoning ordinance. This is something that we've had in our packets and at our meetings for several months. Looks like going back to August of last year. Are there any questions or any sections that we need to take a look at before we consider passing these on to the council? There was one little question I had in the definition for home occupation. Towards the end of that, in the last sentence, it says home occupations are required to obtain a zoning clearance permit. Is that the same as a zoning permit?
No, sir, there's no fee for it, and the reason that we do that when an individual picks up a business license package, it includes the zoning clearance, basically so that we can confirm where they're at, and there have been some individuals that live in an R1 zoning district that want to get a business license, but the only you can only have a give me 1 second, the internet-based business where you don't actually have any work performed at the home. So that having the zoning permit come in allows us to be able to work with the individual, and if there is a reason to deny the zoning clearance permit, it gives the town a record based for the denial of the business license. There's no fee involved with it, it just, we planning can't keep a copy of the business license because it has social security numbers and personal information that we don't keep within our records. So having the zoning clearance gives the planning office a record of when a business license is applied for and whether or not it is approved or not.
And should there be a definition then for a zoning clearance permit?
The only difference between the zoning clearance and the zoning permit is that there's no fee.
Oh, okay.
It's basically the same information.
All right, any other questions, discussion? It's quite a number of proposed changes as you go all the way through. And I know some of them are repeated, like the definition for a corner lot is in each zoning district. Again, quite a number of changes, a little bit with the bed and breakfast and some things on temporary mobile offices or mobile homes or those type of things too. Accessory buildings.
Yes, sir, there's one of the items that you referred to was the temporary mobile home park, and that has been eliminated primarily because the section that specified it further back into the code spoke that in the event that VDOT ever needed to do a major road project within the town limits, VDOT would have the ability to place a temporary mobile home park within the town. Going forward, VDOT does not establish temporary housing for contractors anymore. So that's the need for its elimination, is that it's just not a common practice where when the code was established, it was more of a common practice because there may not necessarily be development around where VDOT would need to be constructing road improvements.
Okay, again, any other questions, clarifications?
Question, I assume a lot of this language comes about by reviewing other changes in similar communities, and it's probably trending in a direction of improvements and, taking action on items that have presented problems in other communities.
Yes, sir, primarily based on that, as well as input from the town attorney, again, through experiential issues that have arisen in other communities, trying to both clarify the code as well as to add in information that would hopefully prevent discrepancies or other issues going forward.
I feel a lot more comfortable in, moving forward with it when someone that has reviewed these situations in other areas and have alerted us to things that probably need to be adopted. So what I was hopeful that you would have said.
Yes, sir. Thankfully, the town attorney's firm has attorneys that represent a number of communities throughout Virginia, and so Jason Botkins brings a good bit of collective experience through his firm, and his firm was integral in the review of the code that the Planning Commission has been reviewing and modifying over the many months.
Any other questions or clarifications? think so.
Okay, I move that the Planning Commission recommend approval to the Town Council of the code amendments to the definitions and district regulations section of Appendix A zoning as presented.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and second. Can we hear the roll call, please?
Mr. Seward,
Yes.
Mr. Sowers,
Yes.
Mr. Good,
Yes.
Ms. Dixon,
Yes.
Mr. Schaefer,
Yes.
Mr. Huffman,
Yes.
and Ms. Noah.
Yes.
Okay, we have two items, two items to look at for updates or discussion. Any further information on the update to the zoning map?
No, sir, other than the second item leads into there'll be a request for a split zone parcel to be considered either at the July, I believe at the July meeting of the Planning Commission. So part of what has put our zoning map update on hold is making sure that we get all of the new zoning information from the split zoning efforts incorporated into the final version of the zoning map before we present it to the Planning Commission. So hopefully, the July request will be the final request from those property owners that have split zone properties, so that once we get that, then we'll be in a better position to say that we've done all that we can to confirm where the zoning map needs to be, and then present it to y'all for consideration and adoption.
And that would also include the open space and parkland?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions on that will come back to us probably in July? Okay, then maybe we should go on into the second item there then, the rezoning that you made reference to.
Yes, sir. Staff have received a request from, the property owners of the Goshen House, as well as the adjacent senior care facility. The town has received a request to consolidate the lots where the senior facility is located, as well as to do a boundary line adjustment to incorporate a portion of the Goshen property into that, so that they can create a future parking lot expansion for the senior facility. The town has approved the boundary line adjustment, so all of that has been taken care of. However, the Goshen property was one of the lots that was split zoned, and then with the approval of the boundary line adjustment, the senior facility now has a split zoning associated with it. The property owners have made application to Brian for consideration of rezoning of both the properties to bring them into basically just the B1 zoning district. So that will be advertised for consideration at your July meeting. So basically, we hope that that will be the last of the split zone properties that we would be presenting to you. And just wanted to present that to you before your July meeting in case there were any questions or concerns that we should address ahead of time.
Now, did you hear back from any more of the folks?
I know that Brian talked with a few of them who did not respond, and unfortunately they were encouraged by either the realtor or other individuals that keeping the split zone parcel designations would be beneficial to them. we've tried to explain to them that it really doesn't do you any good. You're not gonna be able to subdivide the lot to make use of that split zoning. But unfortunately, those conversations have been to no avail.
Now, will they come to the July meeting to oppose what we're thinking
We
here?
can't force anyone to submit a rezoning application.
Mhm.
If they don't, if they want to maintain that split zoning, that is their
Oh,
right. As town representatives, we feel that it does complicate, if they were ever to sell to someone that needs financing. Typically, a split zone parcel leads to concern on the part of lenders. So, and that was the whole intent, was trying to
Make it
offer-
easier on them, yeah.
Yes.
Could they come back at a later date?
Oh, absolutely. But the only benefit that we offer to them now was that there's no
We'd have to
charge.
charge, right?
So,
Right, we're doing it for free.
Free.
yes, so that was the intent of the incentive, is that, it's a benefit to you, it's no cost to you. And we had, at your previous meeting, we had 16 or 18 owners take advantage of that, and it does simplify our map. We were hoping to get greater response, but again, we made the offering, and we're thankful for the folks that did participate.
Now, the one on North Hawksbill Street, will that be a separate rezoning, or will it be part of the split zone?
Well, it'll be the second half of the split zone, so if anyone is watching this meeting tonight and is encouraged to contact the town before we set the agenda for the meeting, we would definitely, anyone that does have a split zone property that did receive a letter from the town and had any hesitancy, we would definitely encourage them to reconsider and get in contact with us so that we could include them in July.
That would all be part of one public hearing?
Yes, sir.
Just didn't know if this would be a separate matter or if it was all coming in.
If we have any more, we would definitely love to link them together as the single effort.
Any other questions on this particular matter or the other split zoning parcels? Any comments or anything from the commission members that we need to bring up? Updates from the town manager?
The Creekside Commons Pocket Park over off North Broad Street is nearing completion. Vegetation was put in. A number of the fixtures have been placed. I believe we're shooting for a June 30th ribbon cutting. There is a ribbon cutting on Saturday at 11 for Figaro's pet store.
Pet Emporium.
Pet
Emporium,
Emporium,
thank you.
Over in the East Luray Shopping Center.
You had the official groundbreaking for the apartments.
Yep, Luray Meadows is under construction. And they have foundations in for 2 of the 5 buildings, I believe. So they are moving right along with that project. The roundabout, I believe Brian has heard from VDOT that it's not advancing as quickly as they had anticipated. It hasn't, it's still moving forward, but just not at the pace we would hope.
What was the construction period for that anticipated?
I believe it's 18 months. The work is continuing. There has been some work at the Browns building by IVR. They replaced the plywood and put in a new window, and they have put in window wrap on the street side as they're progressing with some of the interior renovations, so that work has begun. There is demolition ongoing at the Artisans Building. So there's a lot of good things happening in Luray, and July 4th, we will be having the 4th of July downtown get down. Everyone is invited to come out. The shops will be having specials throughout the day. The town's festivities will begin at 5 o'clock along the Greenway from the SVEC lot up to Ruffner Plaza, culminating at 9 o'clock with the fireworks show. We learned today that Harrisonburg will not be conducting their 4th of July fireworks event. They waited too long trying to figure out to negotiate COVID to get their pyrotechnic contractor on board. So,
Colonial Beach had the same issue.
what's that?
Colonial Beach had the same issue, so they don't have a contractor to do it.
So if you pick up a copy of the DNR a week or two before the July 4th, you'll be seeing an ad for the town trying to encourage anyone and everyone in Harrisonburg to head our way.
Come on.
That's smart.
So kudos to our Parks Department for taking the initiative and working towards having this event. We've been working with LDI to incorporate the downtown businesses. And now that we've heard that Harrisonburg isn't involved, we're trying to reach out to maybe a few more food vendors, anticipating that there might be a larger than normal crowd all day in Luray. So we're very excited by the problem in Harrisonburg is a good thing for Luray. And we invite anybody from Colonial Beach if they want to get away from the
Be
beach
a
for
nice
the
long weekend for them. Isn't it cool?
Yeah,
Too hot, Colonial Beach.
it is too hot.
Okay, any questions or anything else that we need to find out about? Just to say once again that that's exciting about Luray Meadows, that we've been somewhat involved in that for the last couple of years, and it's an exciting thing.
It is.
Helps to fulfill one of our goals of affordable housing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
And I will let you know that council did have the public hearing for the bed and breakfast at 402 Luray Avenue at their Monday meeting, and they did unanimously approve that special use permit.
Did they get any flack?
They had the same people that came in to talk with the planning commission did speak at the public hearing, for the council's public hearing.
Did they have anything extra to say? Did they,
Well, there was concern that having the commercial use of the property would potentially increase surrounding property values that would potentially long-term cause some of the long-term property owners not to be able to afford their property tax increases. And then they expressed this similar concern, the same concerns that they had expressed to y'all about traffic and potential impact to the school.
Okay, if there's nothing else, we have completed our agenda, so we can stand adjourned.